Hey everyone, Josh Martinez here, and welcome to this week's idea. So this week's idea is the 7 to 11 rule utilizing the S&P 500 E-mini futures daily time frame. Now you can use the 7 to 11 rule on basically any time frame, any ticker symbol of your choice. We just need some sort of Japanese candlestick, or you can even do it on wrinkled bar charts. But the 7 to 11 rule is not the holy grail, it's not the end all be all, it's not the bee's knees, but it does a really great job with helping find potential high prices and potential low prices. Here's what I mean. Well, you have to have a firm belief that the market does not move in a straight line. So as you can see, the market's going up, but it's not going up in a straight line. And so if you can understand that, then the 7 to 11 rule is relatively pretty straightforward. And all it really means is that the market doesn't move in straight lines, and the market between high prices and low prices, not always, but generally somewhere between 7 and 11 candlesticks. Here's what I mean specifically. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, for whatever reason, this is candlestick number 1, right? It's a fractal low. You have 2 candlesticks to the left, 1, 2, 2 candlesticks to the right, 1, 2 that are higher than central wick low. That is candlestick wick 1, and then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is candlestick 12, right? So it's not 11 candlesticks every single time, but that's candlestick 12, right? And so what this basically means is, hey, the market generally, not always, but generally likes to U-turn, form highs and lows between 7 and 11 candlesticks. So this is past that. This is number 12. And so when you look at this, if you're like, hey, I want to buy the market, probably not the greatest idea to try to buy the market now because the retracement is coming. All right, so here's a potential low price, right? So here is candlestick wick 1, and then you say, okay, well, the market likes to form highs and lows between 7 and 11 candlesticks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Start thinking U-turn 8, 9, 10, 11. So here on the 11th candlestick, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 candlesticks up. And then on candlestick number 11, look what happens. The market just sells off, right? So now the market's having a pretty big sell-off. So let's look at this. We have candlestick wick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on candlestick number 9, you get this big old green candlestick. So it's probably going to mean like, hey, there's probably a really good chance that's going to be a low and the market's going to go back up. And so then there goes the rally. And so here we do it all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on your 10th candlestick, and then the market rallies, right? And so is this the bee's knees? No. But what in a practical stance, like why would we use it? Well, like here's an example. This is the S&P 500. This is the current live market. This is the daily time frame. If that is candlestick number 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are on our 8th candlestick down. So we're in that U-turn area. And so if you want to buy the S&P 500, if there is a buying opportunity, you should probably take it pretty serious, because if we get it right and you're able to find these appropriate low prices, look at these candlesticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days up. Basically, you bought the market for 5 trading days. The market just increased in value. That's a really great run. And so if you can do a little bit of research, if you can draw your trend lines backwards, if you can find resistance becoming support, if you can find known levels of U-turn, and you can couple it with the 7 to 11 rule, look at this. You have high price, high price, high price, future potential low price. What if all this market did was break and close above this counter trend line bullish on to by tomorrow, which is going to be the candlestick number 9, and then there's a pretty good chance the market could rally back up to all-time highs. And the 7 to 11 rule is just there to help build some confidence, right? So once again, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candlesticks up. Candlestick 11 starts to sell off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Candlestick 9 starts to rally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candlesticks down. Candlestick 10 starts to rally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candlesticks up, then sells off. So is it the Holy Grail? No, it's not the Holy Grail, but you can use it on any time frame, just need Japanese candlestick charts or even wrinkle bar charts. If you want to buy the market, look for 7 to 11 candlesticks down and then an entry, and you'd probably be pretty surprised. All right, everyone. This concludes this week's idea. There is risk involved when it comes to trading. You should never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Always keep risk management in mind. Understand that we are not CTAs, which stands for Commodity Trading Advisors. What that means, what we're sharing with you is research, and ultimately what you do with this information is completely up to you. Past performance is not indicative of future returns. What that means is there are no guarantees of a positive outcome. There's risk involved every single trade. If I place a trade, I can lose that trade. If you place a trade, you can lose that trade as well. Being a good trader is managing risk over time and just trying to make good decisions. All right, everyone, have a great day. We'll see you next time.